From Interior Alaska's most trusted news source, this is the Fbx Evening News.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. Our top story this evening, the attorney representing the Fairbanks North Star Borough School District School Board responded to Superintendent Pete Lewis's lawyers yesterday. Inside a written letter, the board has asked for a pre-termination hearing, which would not substitute for arbitration. It continues to say without holding that hearing, the school board is not required to provide a more detailed and written explanation for the reason behind the superintendent's recommended termination. That, the lawyer says, is what would be discussed during the hearing phase. The letter further addresses claims that defamatory statements have been made about Lewis. The attorney stated the school board will continue to treat Mr. Lewis with fairness throughout the process. The village of Tyonek was evacuated Monday because of a wildfire that started at the village airport. State firefighters responded to battle the blaze. The Tyonek Native Corporation is providing food and essential provisions for firefighters and displaced village residents and is asking for donations to help. The Tybona Foundation is helping to gather funds that will be used strictly for this effort.
Helping out the firefighters that are dealing with the fire that's been moving more northward and going toward the community of Beluga. Obviously, Tyonek is like any rural community that even Fairbanks would be familiar with, is that the communities don't have gas stations right next door that are always supplied or grocery stores, and so we're shipping in a lot of those items into the Tyonek area.
If you would like to help, you can find the address to donate on our website, webcenter11.com. This spring has been very dry, and this in turn is promoting the opportunity for wildfires in the interior. Mike Schultz was over at the Division of Forestry today and has this report on this developing situation.
As I walked around the Wildland Fire Management Center grounds today, I could sense the worry that many Forestry Service folks were stressing about. One official said this year is prime for wildfires due to many contributing sources.
We haven't had no rain for the last couple of weeks. The rain that we did have last week was like less than half an inch, and that really didn't do anything. It just went to the surface and then dried up the following days up to today. And even though it's cooler, it's still drying, and with the wind. The days getting longer, and everything is drying every minute. And even though it's cooler weather, we haven't had no rain to really dampen any fuels, so all the fuels are starting to get more explosive. And if we get big fires, if we get a fire, it'll probably get big, just like the ones down in the south.
Neil went on to stress how important it was for homeowners to begin now to protect their home from potential wildfires.
They need to move all the material away from their home, limb up trees 7 feet high, cut in between large groups of trees, thinning them out, and we're moving all material just away from the house. Just being safe with fires, make sure your campfires are put out completely, stirring it with water and soil, and not leaving it until it's completely out, and being careful with grills and stuff like that, making sure that any kind of charcoal is completely put out before disposing of it, and just being super careful.
Even though some showers are possible Sunday and Monday, the threat will still be high. Mike Schultz reporting.
Okay, when we come back, we're going back to Pioneer Park for our first week of our summer installments.
Also, we have your weekly military report. Those stories plus more as the Fbx Evening News continues. Welcome back. It's that time of year again for us to explore different events going on inside our community park. We now start our series back up tonight with a look at opening day.
Hello and welcome back to another edition of What's Happening at Pioneer Park. It's time to start up this season again, and this Saturday the park is going to officially open its doors. As you can tell, it's already happening here, but we're going to go talk to Park Manager Jason Avery to see just what you can expect this Saturday here inside the park. Okay, so it's another season and we are back with Park Manager Jason Avery. And Jason, you got a lot of stuff coming up for the official opening of the park, so tell me what you got.
Well, really excited to finally finish up this construction program. here. We've never been safer here at Pioneer Park. You know, we're starting with our opening day celebration on Saturday. We're gonna have entertainment throughout the day, starting at noon. All the museums will be open free, as well as the Fairbanks Film Festival, which will be happening later that evening. We also have Golden Day Duck Sales. It'll be the first day to buy those, so get out and get a chance to win the big prizes.
So, you know, there's a lot of new pavement and stuff, but another thing is a new walkway going in front of the Nanana, so it's a little bit easier. Tell me about that.
Well, you know, it just opens up the park to different ways to travel through it, as well as bringing your friends and family from out of town and getting a great picture right out in front of that boat.
All right, but the fun does not stop on Saturday. Memorial Day is on Monday, so tell me what you got happening then.
You know, we've got entertainment throughout the day, but we start off with the 9th Army Band at noon, as well as a Memorial Day ceremony at 1 o'clock. We've got Colonel Zemp coming here from Fort Wainwright to talk about the Gold Star program. And we're going to have Kit Carson, Tim Robb, Sadie Flores, Pantheon Steel Drum. Just another great day at Pioneer Park.
As you can tell, today's a great day at Pioneer Park. Guys, can you wave? Wave to camera? All right, thanks, Jason. Time to cruise. Today's vendor spotlight is Frosty Paws, serving frozen yogurt, soft ice cream, and other tasty treats. We're so happy to be back here inside the park for another season filled with fun things for you and your family to do. Make sure to check out this segment on Wednesdays on the Fbx Evening News and News Center Final. Come on down on Saturday and Memorial Day, because that's what's happening this week at Pioneer Park.
Well, hello again. The U.S. Government Accountability Office traveled to Alaska for a report about the Arctic Council. The senior executive says they wanted to know about the needs and concerns of Native people in the North. All Indigenous people in the Arctic are considered permanent participants on the Arctic Council, and they are represented by different organizations. Alaska natives from Barrow, Wainwright, and Kivalina said they feel underrepresented or didn't know about the existence of the council. Now, the Arctic Council is a group of different countries tasked with developing the region.
Some community leaders said that they coordinated with permanent participant representatives, while others expressed concerns that their permanent participant organizations did not adequately represent them. For example, one community leader said his permanent participant organization represented too broad of a population and was not specific.
The first of 2 U.S. Army Alaska climbing teams was scheduled to fly to Talkeetna today to get ready to climb Mount McKinley. Monty Bowen has details in this week's military report.
The soldiers, primarily from the 1st Striker Brigade Combat Team at Fort Wainwright, will test their cold weather, high-altitude mountaineering skills against the 20,320-foot peak. The team plans to reach the summit by June 11. A lot of training has gone into climbing the mountain.
We ski about 8 miles before we even get onto glacier ice, and so we climbed to about 7,500 feet this time, which is a little higher than we've been before.
A major challenge was practicing on Kastner Glacier.
Most elevation, most exposed climbing, and also just the straight-up longest movements that we've done with the heaviest weight.
He says the team is ready for the adventure.
They're really good at building solid camps, and solid camps are important to get you the rest you need so that the next day you can get up and do the work that needs to get done.
The climbers will take the West Buttress route and expect the climb to take from 18 to 23 days, including weather days and stops to get used to the altitude. This is Monty Bowen reporting.
The Military Report is brought to you by Stanley Nissan. Innovation for all.
All right, Stephanie, usually we have a lighthearted sports tease, but this one's kind of serious. News today from the UAF hockey team. Fairbanks' own Justin Woods, he's a defensive man for Alaska. He's battling cancer instead of skating for the Nanooks this season. So Joe Cook will be next with details about that and also how you can help after the break.
Hello, Interior Alaska. Joe Cook here with your Wednesday Sports. We start with news from the UAF hockey program. Alaska defenseman Justin Woods from Fairbanks will miss the 2014-2015 season after being diagnosed on May 7th with Ewing sarcoma, which is a rare kind of bone cancer. Woods starts his 9 months of chemotherapy this Thursday at Seattle Children's Hospital. In a press release on AlaskaNanooks.com, Woods said, "Although I am missing the 2014-2015 season, I'm very lucky for this have been caught early. My doctor promised that I would play hockey again, so I'm holding on to that with my life while going through this long process of treatments. Head coach Dallas Ferguson also commented. He said, although this is a battle he has not seen before, I know he will have the same determined approach to successfully complete his treatments. Our focus will be in supporting Justin and his family any way we can to ensure he returns to Fairbanks healthy. Woods played in 33 games for the Nanooks in his rookie season. He had 36 blocks. He got his first multi-point game in Game 1 against UAA in the first round of the WCHA playoffs. Woods is not alone. Drew Brown of Providence Hockey has also been diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma, which was made known last week. There's been an outpouring of support both locally and from the college hockey world. ESPN's John Buccigross tweeted that he will be donating to Justin Woods through hockey charities, and you can help Justin too. Go to webcenter11.com for more information on donating to Justin. He has a GoFundMe page and an account set up through Denali, Alaska Federal Credit Union. His $20,000 goal is for expenses. The Alaska Nanook volleyball team will be in 2 tournaments before starting their GNAC games. That's what highlights their 2014 season schedule. UAF has their alumni match on August 30th, then on September 4th. The start of the Nanook Classic featuring Tiffin and St. Edwards at the Patty Center. Then on September 12th, the Nooks travel to Colorado for the CSU Pueblo UCCS Volleyball Classic. While in Pueblo, they'll play Adams State and CS Pueblo. Then they go to Colorado Springs to face UCSS before taking on Lindenwood. The first GNAC games for UAF will be at Simon Fraser in Western Washington on September 16th and 18th. The Nooks return home to host SPU and MSUB September 20th and 22nd for their first GNAC home matches. They will face UAA on October 11th in Anchorage. UAF's last 7 matches are at the Patty, 5 of their last 7 are at the Patty Center, including the last 3. That 3-game homestand will end the year, and it starts with UAA on November 8th. A link to the full schedule is on the sports page of webcenter11.com. And the Alaska women's basketball team also released their schedule for the 2014-2015 season. They start the year co-hosting the GNAC Pac West Challenge with rival UAA. Both teams will play Chaminade and Holy Names at the Patty Center. UAF goes to Utah on November 19th to play Dixie State, and then Cal State, San Marcos, and Chico State in the Dixie Women's B-Ball Thanksgiving Classic. Then on November 27th to 13th, North Star Invitational. This year's field is Saginaw Valley State, Colorado Christian, and Augustania College. Their first GNAC games will be December 4th and 6th at SPU and MSUB. December 19th and 20th, UAF will be in the AT&T Classic, taking on Pacific and Texas A&M Kingsville. Alaska will start 2015 at home against Central Washington on New Year's Day, and on January 3rd versus NNU. On January 17th, the Nooks visit UAA, and Alaska will host the Seawolves on Valentine's Day 2015. 5 of their last 7 games are at home. March 4th is day 1 of the GNAC Championship Tournament in Billings, Montana, and a link to that full schedule is on the sports page of webcenter11.com. Moving on to high school sports, we go to the South Davis Sports Complex where they had a couple of softball games. The North Pole Patriots were hosting the Delta Junction Huskies, and the Patriots were up 16-8, and they would add to that lead. How about inside the park 3-run home run by Selena Dykes, bringing all the runners in. The Ramos girls, Carissa and Allison, provided the defense. Allison with a nice catch on a fly ball to get the out. Carissa getting the K as North Pole wins big over Delta last night. Also, the Hutchinson Hawks faced the Monroe Rams. The Hawks in the bottom of the second. They had a 12-2 lead and would add to it with an RBI single from Riley Jacobs. She was on point, going 3 for 3. She had a triple and 3 RBIs for Hutch. The Rams tried to rally, getting 2 runs in the top of the third. Savannah Matt went 2 for 3 with a double and 2 runs scored, but not quite enough. Kelsey Huntington retired 4 batters for Hutch, who wins the contest 15-4. Also, sticking with some more high school sports scores. In baseball, last night, West Valley wins 12-5 over Delta Junction despite 7 errors, and the North Pole Patriots got a narrow 5-4 win over the Monroe Rams. In soccer, the state-bound West Valley Wolfpack wrapped up the regular season with a 7-0 win over Hutchinson. Brandon DeWeese had a hat trick, and Jacob Lures scored twice. West Valley finishes 9-3-2 and 7-0-1 in the MAC. The Hutchinson girls rallied for a 2-1 win over West Valley. In the girls' game, Ellie Veazey tied it, and Katie Hopper, she scored the game winner on a penalty shot. In the second half, Jamie Millis scored for the Pack, and the North Pole girls won 5-0 over the Allison Ravens, led by Lindsay Daniels, 3 goals. Some Alaska NFL news, if you will. Yesterday, the Buffalo Bills signed wide receiver Caleb Holly to an undrafted free agent contract. Holly from Anchorage went to East High School. Holly set a school record of 970 receiving yards on 55 catches with 9 TDs for East Central and Oklahoma last year. 8 of his 9 TDs and 710 receiving yards were in his last 5 games. Holly was the only tryout player from the Bills' rookie minicamp to sign. Also, the Fairbanks Golf Course will be open tomorrow on regular greens. And that'll do it for sports tonight. Thanks for rocking with me for a little while. Your full weather forecast is next, and we'll catch you next time.
Everyone, Mike Schultz with you once again, taking a look at the weather. Well, we had lots of wind around today. We were talking earlier about the fire potential around. Got to keep that in mind with these strong winds. Doesn't take much to get a wildfire going, so be very careful, especially upcoming this weekend with any kind of outdoor activities. Barbecues and things like that. Our photograph for tonight is sent in by Wayne Valk, our Alaska state bird, the ptarmigan. You got a picture of this at the Savage Creek area, down around the Denali Park area. And again, as always, if you have a photograph to send, share it with us at photos@ktvf11.com, and we'll share it with the rest of the audience. Out at the airport right now, or actually our almanac for today is 62, the normal high. Today's high was 62. The normal low 39, last night 38 for the overnight low. 82 in 2002, 25 in 1964, and the sunrise and sunset 19 hours and 31 minutes of daylight. That's a gain of 7 more minutes from yesterday. Our satellite and radar shows a little bit of cloudiness across the North Gulf Coast, and that's about it. We're looking at more clouds moving across the interior, but they're mainly just high clouds, not much expected out of them, and the temperatures are going to slowly warm into the weekend. We're looking forward to that. Across the rest of the state today, rain across the Ketchikan area. We have some showers around Cold Bay, partly cloudy to clear skies for the most part across the Gulf of Alaska. Nice day in Nome, sunshine there, and cloudy at 30 degrees at Barrow, Fort Yukon 54, and sunshine. Lower 48 weather, we were talking last night about thunderstorms rumbling over Texas. Well, here they are. Really got a strong line of thunderstorms here, bringing some very needed rainfall. And another area of low pressure across the Sierra Nevadas. Other than that, things are looking fairly quiet for the most part. On our map for later on this weekend, it looks like more rain and thunderstorms across the Deep South, so that will definitely help their drought situation there. A little rain across the Pacific Northwest. The rest of the country looking pretty good. And as far as severe weather tonight, well, we have quite a bit breaking out from Kansas all the way through Colorado up to Wyoming, and it's going to be bringing large hail, tornadoes, and damaging winds. So a lot of wild weather going on there. Well, back to Alaska for tomorrow. Here looks what it looks like, and you can see we're looking at light snow for Barrow, decreasing clouds for Nome, and mostly cloudy skies in the Fort Yukon area. Over the south central regions, or I should say the interior, increasing clouds for Fairbanks and Healy, and mostly cloudy skies at Delta Junction. Over southeast Alaska, a little rain around the Juneau area and a better chance of rain developing for Ketchikan. While over the southwest part of the state, it looks like for the most part, mostly cloudy skies at Cold Bay, a few clouds for Kodiak Island, and some sunshine in the Bethel region. And over the south central regions, a big problem there, smoke, lots of smoke from the fires that are going on down there. Anchorage looking at 62 degrees tomorrow, partly cloudy skies at Valdez, and 60 degrees. Again, time for our kids' weather, and all this week we've been talking with our friends and our kids at Nordale Elementary School. And tonight, here's a young lady with a question for me.
Hello, my name is Charity Reynolds, and I go to Nordale Elementary, and I am in Mr. Pierce's 6th grade. And my question for the weatherman today is, how can you tell how strong a tornado is?
Well, Charity, they determine how strong a weather, or how strong a tornado is by the amount of destruction it leaves when it moves past. They go from 1 to 4 levels, and actually 5 levels, F5, and the F5 being the highest with winds to 300 miles an hour. Here in Alaska, we just get to the F1 level. Again, thanks to Mount McKinley Bank for sponsoring our weather, and tomorrow night the teacher will be here with a unique weather fact to share with us. Once again, looking at our allergy report, trees are once again down to high levels, and mold has dropped down to low levels. That's good news, along with weeds and grass. In your forecast for tonight, partly cloudy, the gusty winds should be diminishing with 39 degrees for the overnight low. Tomorrow's forecast, again looking at 58 degrees, becoming mostly cloudy, not as windy as today. Good news there. And our 5-day outlook, as you can see here, temperatures right around 60 degrees for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, along with a chance for some shower activity. And the overnight lows will also be very comfortable, right around 40 degrees each night. And we're looking at not much chance of precipitation after the Sunday region, But Memorial Day, you might want to keep the umbrella handy just in case, because there might be a stray shower around. It's that time of year where you get those afternoon showers.
All right, thank you, Mike. That's pretty good. And you know what's also pretty good? Abrupt segues. KTVF and Bailey's Furniture are teaming up for a Spring Dream giveaway where you can win a furniture package from Bailey's valued at $2,500.
Tune into the Fairbanks Evening News and News Center Final for the first half of a mystery word.
Then visit Bailey's Furniture for the second half and complete your entry form for your chance to win.
The mystery word today is sleeper.
Sleeper.
Sleeper. Sleep sounds good right now.
It does.
Yeah, it does. I need a nap. All right, thank you, Mike, for the weather. That was good. I was just making a little joke there. That'll wrap up this edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. We are glad you could join us.
Tough talk from the president regarding VA problems. NBC Nightly News is up next with Lester Holt in for Brian Williams.
All right, join us here 6 days a week at 6 and 11 or online anytime at webcenter11.com.
And that will do it from all of us here at the News Center. However, you want to add something, don't you?
Yep, we're going to leave you tonight with a flash mob done at Denali Elementary School for Principal Tim Doran. Now, he'll be retiring after 23 years with the school, so enjoy it. It's a good one.
Job well.